Hi class, this is Miss Leisure. We're going to be talking about quadrilaterals, rectangles, rhombuses, and squares today. So let's make sure that you have your foldable available. Alright, we're going to be filling out the rectangle, the rhombus, and the square. Also, our objectives today, we're going to be talking about the same thing we've been doing. We're focusing on the sides and angles and the diagonals. A quadrilateral, as you already know, it's a four-sided shape, 4 corners, vertices, and 4 angles. And here we have our chart that we've already discussed a little bit, and I will give you a copy of this if I haven't already. Going down this chart is a sometimes. If you're coming up this chart, it is an always. And going left and right and jumping back and forth, this is a no, never. Alright, so get your foldable, draw this rectangle. Okay, the definition of a rectangle is 4 right angles. So get that drawn on there. Remember, you can pause this at any time, so please pause it, rewind it, you're in control, alright? Okay, opposite sides are congruent, so we're going to mark with the little single lines here, and then I put the double lines in the top and the bottom. Opposite sides are parallel. That's where I've added the arrows here, and the single ones over here. Diagonals bisect each other. Now, and I'm going to go ahead and play the next one. Diagonals are congruent. So these diagonals have the same length. So let's say both of them are 20. So if this is 20, then each piece here and here are 10, as well as this and this are 10. Okay? Now, one of the questions that I like to ask, and that they like to ask on the MCAS, is to name this triangle. So if you were to name this triangle right here, okay, think about it. Good. You would say it is an isosceles acute triangle. Very good. Isosceles, because these two sides are equal. How about this one over here? Obtuse. Yes, obtuse isosceles triangle. Good job. All right, moving on. Next one we're talking about is a rhombus. And we know that all sides are congruent in a rhombus. That is the definition of a rhombus, is that all sides are congruent. Opposite sides are parallel, so put your arrows on there. Opposite angles are congruent, so I've color-coded these so you can see that the hot pink ones are congruent, so these both might be 100, and then these would be 80 because these are supplementary. Very good. Parallel lines, same side interior angles, those are supplementary. Diagonals bisect each other, so again, let's say this was 20, this would be 10, and this would be 10, but this one's shorter, so maybe it's 16, so then this would be 8 and this would be 8. The diagonals bisect the angles, so let's look at these hot pink angles that we said were 100 earlier. So if it bisects this angle, then this side would be 50, and this side would be 50, okay? As well as these are both 50. And it bisects the purple ones too. So these, we said were 80, so they would be 40 and 40 as well as these, okay? Good job. The diagonals intersect at right angles. So right here in the center, they intersect at right angles. So they're perpendicular to each other, okay? All right, so let's look at this triangle right here. This one. Can you name it? Good. It is a right scaling triangle. And where's the longest side? Yes, because this is the right angle, which is the biggest angle. This is going to be the longest side. So the outsides are longer than the shorter segments on the inside. Okay? All right, moving on to the square. The definition of a square is 4 right angles and all the sides congruent. And remember, now these both come from a rectangle and from a rhombus. So anything of the characteristics above from the rectangle or the rhombus, sorry, didn't know what I was doing with that arrow. Anything from above, from the rectangle or the rhombus, those properties all come down to a square as well. Here we have all sides congruent, and we have opposite sides parallel. Okay. We also have diagonals that bisect each other. And once again, when it bisects each other, then these are all congruent pieces. Diagonals are congruent, so the length across, if this is 20, this would be 20, and then when they bisect each other, this would be 10, 10, 10, 10. Diagonals bisect the angles. Well, if it bisects a 90-degree angle, you have two 45-degree angles. So all of these are 45 little angles. And the diagonals are perpendicular. So if these intersect, they intersect at right angles for a square. So let's look at this triangle right here. Can you tell me the name of this triangle? Good. It is an isosceles right triangle. Very good. All right, that's it for today. Remember, you're in control. You can rewind, you can fast forward, you can pause, whatever you need to do. All right, I will see you in class tomorrow. Have a good day. Thanks for visiting the Leisure Math channel. Have a good day.